Hey everybody. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues, but they were swiftly sorted out by Christian, tech wizard. So, once again, hi, welcome to Cloaks, 5e D&D stream from Penny Dragon Games. I'm Ben, your DM, taking you on a dive into the lives of the most overworked City Watch officers in all the known realms. So, if you're new to the stream, you can catch up on the story so far over on our Penny Dragon Games YouTube channel. But we don't just stream Cloaks on Twitch. We got tons of other great shows every week. So on Tuesday, we'll have Fellowship of the Fallen with DM Juan. So to catch up regular viewers on what's been going on with the Fellowship, the elementals summoned by the cult have been dealt with. But what of the missing children and the villagers outside? Come find out this coming Tuesday on the next Fellowship of the Fallen session. And on Thursday, we got a brand new show. So join us Thursday for the first session of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. Great campaign from Wizards of the Coast. So the party comes together for the first time as a string of grisly murders sweeps the 10 towns. The people of the Dale are sorry, can't speak. The people of the Dale are on edge as this faceless killer stalks the tundra. And the question on everyone's mind is, will I be next? If you like John Carpenter's The Thing, I think you're going to like Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's a great campaign. And that is with DM Craig on Thursday. Great DM. And then Friday, we will have the Softhrone Saga coming back with DM Dave, although a little bit different this week. Or next week, rather, I suppose. You can catch the VOD for the last Softhrone Saga on the Penny Dragon Twitch channel. But this Friday, there won't be a Softhrone Saga game itself, but Dave's going to be running the one-shot, which might become a two-shot that he created for LawCon, the convention/games day that Penny Dragon Games recently ran. And the name of that one-shot is Operation Aberration. So, I mean, just based on the name alone, it sounds like fun. Then next Sunday, on the alternating Sundays, we have the Violet Madness with DM Mark, who recently wrapped up his awesome Vibrance campaign, which was tons of fun. So you can catch the most recent episode of the Violet Madness on VOD, on Twitch, and on YouTube. The party have left on their journey through the boglands towards Pethlin, but on the way they camped beneath the full moon's light. Nothing sinister could happen, right? And last of the campaign streams, but certainly not least, every alternating Friday, we have the Churn Gang with DM Richard, which is a game set in the Humblewood campaign setting from Hit Point Press, which is great. It's just woodland critters. I think are probably supposed to be more wholesome, but we've been running through the game murderously, just and obscenely. But the Churn Gang won't be... Oh no, my dates are wrong. I can't remember. I don't know what day it is, but the Churn Gang is back on July the 1st. But Hoot, the barbarian, has killed her sister Clarabelle, and the gods are preparing for war. In the meantime, you catch up on Penny Dragon Games YouTube channel, where you can watch all 25 episodes to date. And we also, something we've been doing is Penny for Your Thoughts, where some people from the Penny Dragon Games community are getting together to discuss various Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing related topics. So recently had Penny for Your Thoughts Volume 2, and that video is available on the Penny Dragon YouTube channel now. But this time, host Ryan spoke to DM Mark about his creation of the Vibrance campaign and getting to know more about what he may have had in store, maybe that the players didn't get to. And he also got the perspective of Dave and Shane from the Softhrone Saga, who had previously played through the Vibrance adventure in Mark's home game, where he first developed the concept. And you can catch VODs of Cloaks, the previous sessions of Cloaks and all our other shows on the YouTube channel. So there's hours and hours and hours of D&D content for you there. Also, our merch store is up if you want to get some goodies based on our shows. And finally, for tonight's game, I'd just like to thank Kate That's at It's a Map on Instagram and Twitter for tonight's fantastic tabletop map. She does awesome work, and I've been loving the map, custom map that she did for me on commission for this stronghold that the players find themselves in. And finally, Christian for his tech wizardry, aforementioned, and the incredible overlays and intros that he makes for all of our shows. So, yeah, with all of that housekeeping out of the way, with the spiel done, let's introduce ourselves to the folks at home. I'm going to go just based on who is on my screen on the Zoom call. So up first, T, could you just introduce yourself and who you're playing?
No worries. Hi, I'm Tendai, and I'll be playing Sana, who is a bit of a weirdo, is trying to fit in with the cool kids, and is just hoping to finally find some friends.
Sorry, that hit really close to home. Where am I? Next, Fona. Who have we got?
Hi, so I play Andy, who's a young human rogue, a bit of a weirdo too, but apparently one of the coolest of the cool kids. She's on work release from prison. That's why she's in the Cloaks. Currently trying to decide whether, which form of living or dying would be best, and betrayal and whatnot. And yeah, she's got a pet cat called Ember that was gifted to her by our departed Nafani. And so Ember pops up every now and then as well.
Yeah. Well, the party's full of very squishy pets, because we also have a dog that the chat named Mr. Fibbles, which I will love them for eternity. But next, Nico.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Nico. I play Petrie. He is a troublemaking elf alchemist artificer, and who now stands, yay big, all shriveled and scarred and damaged and acid burned from a few too many fun experiments gone wrong, which also happens to be the reason why he is in the brown cloaks.
The brown
cloaks, after having been booted from his guild for conducting a few too many experiments. So he's down here doing his time to try and get back into their good graces, but he's also a little excited about it, because think of all the cool dark little things that he could get his hands on for his experiments.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning and rather worrying that some of the best is a subjective word, but some of the most powerful effective people that the Cloaks have at their disposal in the crime fighting peacekeeping organization are all criminals forced to serve in the City Watch. Speaking of which, we are missing our beloved Doral Stonehelm, Boyd's character, the dwarven pugilist, big burly boxer with a heart of gold. Boyd is at a convention which ran a little late, as these things do, so he is still there doing his duty, so he couldn't make it tonight. But finally, Kyle, who we got?
So I am playing Pouches, the lovable elf who would do no wrong and is always there to help others, and definitely wouldn't blow up or fireball anyone ever. No, that's definitely not him.
No.
But yes, no, the most amazing thing about Pouches is the fact that he's never been arrested for illegal magic. Like, somehow he has gotten away scot-free, causing all kinds of merry hell with this magic within the city. And yeah, no clue how that's happened. But Pouches is a kid with matches who loves his matches a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's a good summation of Pouches as any.
So, it's a recurring theme, I think, in our little band of misfits.
I think so. Yeah, things going boom.
Just wait till level 5 and he actually gets his hands on Fireball. Just wait.
Yeah. It's why I've put it off for so long. So now where we last left off, the party had been pursuing a group of brigands calling themselves the Fearless Fellows. They seemed quite well organized and militaristic, well outfitted, disciplined. They first encountered them at a refugee camp outside the city of Minehelm, which is their charge, their jurisdiction. They were causing trouble, hassling people, and eventually they tracked them to this stronghold deep in the middle of a swamp, which they had taken over. It was the ancient ruins said to be cursed. Along the way, they met Thana, who has joined their merry band, their sullen band, and yeah, they finally found these ruins, and they seem to be pretty well guarded, reasonably heavily fortified. But while they were hiding in the bushes like a bunch of creeps, the commander and lieutenants of the brigands of the outfit arrived. The makeshift portcullis that the brigands had made was raised. Their arrival was heralded, and in that hustle and bustle, the party managed to sort of slip around the perimeter, engaged a couple of the guards. They managed to take one down silently, or possibly two, I think. But just as that happened, they were spotted across the map by a sniper with a bow and arrow, who was about to raise the alarm when an arrow just sprouted from their throat, and they fell into the water, and their body was, taken under the murky depths. And in the tree line behind where their body fell, was a shadowy figure, hooded, holding a bow recently fired, who then sort of melted into the darkness. So somebody, unbeknownst to the party, helped them out for reasons unknown. And that. Also, the party still has, until they take a short rest, they have basically a constant bless spell going at your D4 to D20 rolls for checks, attacks, saves, because they helped out a creepy little insectoid pixie in the parts of the swamp, just by the ruins, and they received its blessing because Petrie, remembering a bit of Fey lore, constructed a music box that had some mythological and diplomatic overtones, and the gift was taken in good faith and was rewarded with the Fey blessing. So that is where we find the party, and let's just drop you all onto the map. And just gonna switch this up. So we find ourselves over here. And actually, Pouches is just off to the right on a little embankment. Most of this is water, but obviously the bulk of you are up on this raised mound of earth, and Pouches is on a little, not a sand bar, but like a mud bar. There's some solid ground beneath his feet. And so it seems as though you've avoided detection for the time being. So how are we proceeding?
I'm going to move my way back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of peek over and see if I can see anyone within sight that could see us from where we are now.
Okay, let me see. Well, give me a perception check.
Watson's also back there with you guys, right? Up in the trees.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's hovering around, and then Patri he's
I'm
under the bridge. Yeah,
like a troll.
the little troll that you are.
4.
You're not sure. You don't see anybody. You're not sure whether someone is hiding, or you're not sure of maybe vantage points. A sort of a you can see them, or that you can't see them, but they can see you situation. But you're not sure. You're not aware of anyone that can see you.
I'm gonna ask, shall we try and sneak across this bridge?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. And just as a matter of course, sorry, the turn order is still up, but that's just because there's a bunch of people on the map, so I pre-rolled initiative for them. So we're not in initiative right now, but
Okay, well,
I just kept it up for them.
Andy wants to search the body that she swiftly killed in the last session.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Investigation. One second. That's a nat 20.
Nice. So, I mean, they have a longbow, and
scratch that. Andy now has a longbow.
11 arrows in a quiver. They also have. Sorry.
Then the word is had. They also had.
Yeah. Okay. 16, 20, 30. They have 30 silver pieces. And 14 gold pieces tucked into like a little pouch that is rolled very tightly on the inside of their belt. It would be completely undetectable to anybody but the rat fink that is Andy.
The klepto.
The
klepto. So I'm up to 65 arrows. I've now got myself a longbow, and I've got more gold and silver. Whoop. Awesome. So yeah, once she's done frisking that, Andy's intention is to basically turn order, get out of the way. So this was when I thought we were in initiatives.
She also has chewing tobacco if it's of any use to anyone.
Well, I'm sure somebody in the brown cloaks chews tobacco. Ew. But so when I thought we were in initiative, Andy had intended to, after she was done with that, like run and then dash to get to there, basically. I don't know if that's okay to do when we're not in initiative, as it were.
It's totally doable.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move. Oh no, what have I done? Sorry, I normally have a mouse, so I'm dealing with the laptop and it's not cooperating.
It's all good.
So I'm gonna leg it to basically is it old? To be in the shade of that tree.
Sure.
Oh, that's what Andy's doing anyway.
Yeah, now she's just sprinting. She's going for get it done quickly to go undetected, as opposed to I'll try sort of sneak over there slowly. But she is dashing, but she's probably dashing sort of like a little bit crouched, sort of trying to keep a low profile, but she's not like sneaking across. Just give me a stealth check just to see how cat-like Andy's swift movements are. Oh yeah, 19. Pretty. You're.
I'd like to just keep an eye out as she's moving, just to make sure that no one spots her or anything like that.
Well, by the time Andy gets over there, you don't see anything. You press against the rubble, some of which is, enough to, if you crouch, cover you. Take a couple seconds to you hold your breath. You can hear activity inside the stronghold and surrounding, but no, there's no raised alarm. You don't hear any, oh, what was that? Or intruders.
Ooh, sorry.
No,
I didn't mean to hit that.
It's all good. So you assume that you're undetected.
I'll follow Andy. I'll climb over and just very crouch low, just make my way over to this wall and hide here.
Mm-hmm. You just give me a stealth as well, yeah, just to...
Natural 1 was 6.
Okay, give me a second here.
My
stealth is actually really good. I've got a +5.
Yeah.
I'm so used to having the crit tables pulled out at this point. So I was bracing, and then I was like, oh yeah, no, that's not this game. That's okay.
Yeah. Just give me a second.
You could always use your bless on that pouches.
Bless is on saving throws and attack rolls, not skill checks.
Okay.
Right. So, Andy, as Pouches is sort of scurrying over, and he kind of tries to follow Andy's patterns, but it's very slippy. Andy was sort of bounding like a cat from stone to stone, and patches of sort of drier grass amidst the wet mud. But Pouches gets over here, and as he lands, kind of slips forward and cracks his head. No damage, but cracks his head off the stone, and rather understandably, lets out an involuntary gasp or a grunt of pain and just shock. And then at that, Andy, you can, or the two of you can hear movement from from the walls, beyond the ruins. You hear someone say, what was that? And he says, he says, have I got him there? So yeah. He says, you three. He says, oh no, you two. With me. You. And kind of.
So before they actually start moving, can Andy try to do like a, I don't know, weird bird call or something in the hopes that they'll write it off? I don't know if that's performance or persuasion.
Let me see. Okay, so I would say
nature.
I was thinking, nature, or okay, roll me a d6.
A d6. Okay.
Okay. I wanted a 1 in 3 chance. So from on 1 to 2, Andy has studied a little bit about bird calls as a scout. So I would say you could make a survival check. So this is the kind of thing that if you were a hunter, in the woods, it's an animal call is kind of, learning to do that is to help attract animals, distract animals. So you can give me a survival check to see if you convincingly.
Come on, 23.
Okay, yeah. So, it's coming around. So what sound? You don't have to do the sound, but what?
Presumably, presumably, Pouches went from like oh, so she's gonna go like whoa, 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 something like that to be sort of like
a weird barking deer
sound
of mine home.
Yeah. So you then hear it's like oh, just a bird, and footsteps start to kind of away, but then you also give me a perception check, both of you.
Just to say, while she was doing that bird call, she was staring daggers over at Pouches, locked eyes with him as she made this unholy sound.
Yeah,
I'm really rolling well tonight.
Yeah, Pouches is kind of like you're still rubbing your head, and now Andy is giving you the evil eye. But Andy, you hear, despite every like human voices seem to have settled down, from this kind of, I suppose, southwest of you on the map, near where actually, because as you skirted the perimeter, the party saw there was a guard with a polearm, and he had a dog, like a hound, with him in armor. You can hear the dog, like a low growl, and this guy is like, "What is it?" He's like, well, "What is it you're mangy mutt?" He's like, "It's just a bird."
So something that had occurred to me as I was listening back to the last session that I missed. Andy is she's close enough to Pouches to sort of say, okay, maybe if I take off the cloak, I could approach them and pretend I'm trying to join. What do you think?
You've still got the band on.
Yeah, I could tie a piece of cloth around it, like, or something. I don't know.
I'm sure they're gonna check for that as well.
True. Okay. Yeah. It was just thought. Okay. I think the dog knows we're here.
I think let's get behind this wall.
Does the tree look like I could climb it? Am I behind a tree or am I behind a wall?
It's more shrubbery.
Okay. It's a shrubbery. So
you are
climbing
currently
the shrubbery.
behind. You are currently like behind a wall.
Okay, I'm good to follow where Pouches is indicating we might want to go to.
But while they were doing that, with Patri, Thana, I'll do my best to fill in for Boyd, for Doral, rather. Were they doing?
We want to hear the accent before we decide that you're allowed to fill in.
I don't know. It's dangerous territory. Yeah, I'll do a generic northern accent. But
would Thana be able to see where the others had gone to from where they are at the moment?
I mean, assuming you were keeping an eye on them, yeah. I mean, you'd have to maybe peer over the ledge to see where they were going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to move a bit closer to see if I can spot any guards before trying to make my way across as well.
Sure. You give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see any guards that would any brigands that looked like they're at a vantage point where they could see the party. Mm-hmm. But just here, it's faint, but you can just see, because you had your eye on it before, you can see that dog, and it seems to be sort of turned in generally like a northerly direction, and you can hear that growl, and this guy is kind of like trying to get the dog to shut up.
I'm going to take the direction of the wind into account and just let everybody else know that the dog may be able to smell the others. So we might need a better landing spot.
And actually, those of you, Doral and Thana, because they're nearby, you hear your dog companion, who is sort of paddling in the water, giving a similarly low growl, and like looks in that direction.
Would it be realistic to maybe use Mr. Fibbles as a bit of a fake out for the attention that the dog suddenly is giving our direction?
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, as in, you want to try and like send Mr. Fibbles, like towards the ruins?
Yeah, a little bit, because I assume the dog's on top of the wall, so probably isn't just going to like jump right down and try and fight Mr. Fibbles.
Yeah. It's actually, because you just see it through a crack, because it was like most of those walls, not all of them, but the outer walls certainly are tall enough to block a human from view.
Okay.
So it is currently behind a wall. It can't see you or the other dog, but
yeah, then that's what I'd probably try and do to get Mr. Fibbles to go over and sort of like make a bit of a noise to just kind of make it look like he's the reason instead of us.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. You just give me an animal handling check.
Oof, 9.
He doesn't seem to be listening, but he's sort of he starts, kind of paddling in that direction anyway of his own accord, and then starts barking in the direction of the other dog, because he failed effectively a wisdom save to see if he could keep his shit together and not respond to the other battle dog growling. So he has started to like go in that direction, and he's barking, and now you can hear the guard sort of. It sounds pretty rough, like yanking on the dog, and shouting and saying, "Oh, shut up, you mangy mutt! It's just another bloody dog, shut it!" And he is being none too kind to the animal, but
I'm going to take advantage of this and dart across.
As is Doral. He'd actually Doral is going to stop.
On mute. Watson's following, I think.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
he will follow. And Doral, when he gets to where Patrie is, when he gets as far as there, if Patrie wants, he's basically going to lean down over the bridge and put his hand down if you want to be hoisted up.
Yes, I do. Okay. So before Watson follows them all, he's going to get as high as he can in the trees just to watch them all cross and see if he notices any movement, danger in the distance, while he's still kind of concealed up in the.
Totally. So he's going to get. He'll get as high up.
He'll be doing that as Patrie gets hauled up.
Yeah. So he does. He Doral reaches down. And come on up, you wee bastard. That was terrible. That was Scottish. I just said bastard and immediately went Scottish. It just felt so natural. So Doral, gets across. Watson is kind of hovering in the air. The dog is going down this way. and he's just barking at the other dog. This guy is, starts dragging the other dog away, it seems like, and you can hear him shouting to someone else to take the dog away, because he's like just saying it's more trouble than it's worth,
I sense another dog rescue in our future. We're tempted one.
Yeah.
Well, like I
They're
said,
not
actually,
starting a rescue home for dogs.
Yeah, I think I said it
I
in
think
the
they
last
already
session.
have started.
This dog
I think it's
has
too late.
This dog has like studded leather armor, like it's protecting its its ribs, its vital organs around its neck. It kind of has a studded leather collar with a raised kind of ridge, with basically like a handle, and it's just protecting certain other vital parts. It's minimal, but and it's got a bit of like a gambeson, a jacket, but it looks like it would stop some damage. It would, it works like leather armor would for a human.
I have to say it. I now have a picture of a dog wearing a codpiece. From the way you describe that, like certain other valuable parts, I'm like, oh god, a dog in a codpiece.
Oh fuck. So yeah, Nika, will you give me a perception check for Watson, please?
Which is, sorry, that's web up perception. There we go. 17.
So, let me just. Yeah, it's tough with the dynamic lighting. I'm just gonna maybe just drag Watson to a couple of areas to see what he sees, so at least it'll be explored on the map for you. So I don't know if this will work. So yeah, he's been flying around, and you can see, so the ruins, the stronghold, sort of surround an open courtyard, which you had seen, and all around there are like several guards in what here to the left, and to the top right, or the northeast, appear to be barracks, because there are bedrolls all laid out. There are some guards just relaxing, lounging, some of them rolling dice, some are talking, but yeah, they are all just some are gallivanting, others are more alert, but yeah, so basically what you can see, or what Watson sees as he flies around, I just want to I'm just going to mark a couple of these guys out. Yeah, so I think they're I don't know if you can see all of these guys. I'm just going to start revealing a couple of tokens, whether you can see them or not.
I think Watson will do a quick little map in the dirt for everyone to do the layout, so everyone can see
Yep. So
see what you just toured.
Yeah, I'm just gonna can I grab? Should be able to grab multiples. Okay. Sorry. Just revealing some people. Has he got a good view of the courtyard? And some of those barracks, but there were little hidden corners, because all of those oh damn shit, that's my fault. He couldn't see everything in there, but there's a couple of holes. Like the roofs are gone, but they're covered in a tarp, which I forgot about. But like the barracks are. So yeah, I don't know how much of that is visible on the stream, but tokens have been revealed. So there's a bunch of guys. Oh, what is? Oh, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. That should not be. These should not be on this layer. I accidentally moved some other stuff to the. Okay, I think we're good. So, yeah, there are some like sparring rings, like little fenced off areas in the courtyard where people are fighting. I think people had got a glimpse of that. There are people practicing archery. You can see more dogs in the courtyard. Some of them are just kind of milling about next to two more intimidating looking figures that are in conversation. There is a stack of crates in the center of the courtyard by a statue. There is a well. There's weapon racks. And yeah, it's pretty bustling, but inside the barracks to the left, there were a couple of people, just milling about that seemed to have brushed off the noise of the supposed bird. But over here, Watson could see someone was unsure about the sound. Someone had come when they heard Pouch's little scream, and he, or she rather, seems to be kind of, for the minute, is like pressed against the wall and has their head cocked as though they're listening, and she is picking her fingernails with a dagger.
So I'll be like motioning to be silent to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And Watson will be kind of keeping an eye. I guess. Should we prepare something? We should capture her.
Where is she? Where is she hiding?
She's literally right around the
Don't
corner
know.
here.
She's visible.
Oh,
She's
I'll kind of point. Yeah.
Or, I could sneak around and stab her. The last one died pretty easy.
Go stab her.
Well, we might be able to use her to our advantage.
Hostage.
Oh, do I have anything that could like drug her? In my potions?
Not readily available, but it'd be difficult. But I mean, if you had like an hour, you might be able to try and brew something, but nothing on hand. You'd unless you've got a spell that can do it.
So she's like there, is she?
Hold on. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I could, in theory, sort of sneak around.
I'm gonna just hold one finger and be like, wait, and then I'm gonna cast I'm gonna begin to cast, and I'll cast Prestidigitation, and I will create the smell of warmly baking cookies wafting from this direction. See if she comes around the corner and be like, she's gonna, yeah.
Like if I went like snuck around that way, I could come up behind her and stabby, right?
I'm creating that smell and being like, Andy, she's gonna come here, just stab her in the face.
And Andy's doing that whole like sneaky,
kill her,
stabby.
Do we want to kill her? She could give us info.
Basically, I'm just gonna say that most of like, we'll go for a bright color, but like most of this is, I mean, you could try and squeeze your way through, but it's kind of very heavily choked with rubble, and yeah, it's kind of it's walls and things growing in between them. It's possible if you had to sneak around, there might be a gap between some of the shrubbery, but it's difficult to tell because it's like broken walls, but it's overgrown, so it's like there might be gaps in between walls that are just shrubs, or there could be a wall behind the shrub.
Well, I mean, I've cast the spell, so is she reacting to it?
So she rolled a 3 for her insight check. So this hardened outlaw mercenary murderer starts moving curiously towards the so she pops out here, starts moving curiously towards the smell of warm, freshly baked cookies.
As soon as she kind of comes around the corner, I'm gonna be trying to stab her because I knew she was coming. Well, I thought she was probably coming. So
yeah, I'd say anyone. Yeah, you can make people can make an attack with a reaction if they want. As basically as if they had held an action, or you do something with like a held action if you wanted to.
Dana is actually going to try and sneak in there before Andy and try just knock her unconscious.
Yeah, okay. So could you then Thana, if you're trying to do something before Andy, would you and Andy don't roll the initiative because it will, it might screw that up. So just like roll a dex check or roll a d20 and we can add your dex just to see who kind of gets off the mark quicker.
Dex, come on.
Oh.
Stabby.
It's technically it was initiative, so there's no nat 20 on initiative, but I feel mean, but I think I have to give it to Andy because technically it's the initiative is 23. This is 21. Oh yeah.
Does Andy get sneak attack because this person's surprised?
She does because this person is surprised.
Ooh, sneak attack.
But yeah, do it. It'll be overkill, but they're going to be one hit, one and done. But let's see how
2d6.
overkill this goes. Oh, nice. I like this. So this person
the highest
is like
and the lowest.
Yeah, they come around the corner like, kind of sniffing and like rather strangely, they kind of like lick their lips and then their eyes go wide for a second. And Andy has like pulled the knife out and slashes across their throat, and it just goes in nearly like their throat just yawns open like a mouth, and it just like blood just spurts in your face, just splatters, and then starts running down their neck like a red waterfall. And their head kind of, as they fall, you can see their head sort of like leaning further back than their body, like a Pez dispenser. And
he kind of gives it a happy thumbs up to the rest.
Yeah, and they drop with a squelch into the mud. Just
I'm gonna move on and just how far long is this cliff? Is it quite a high cliff, or is it?
Let me just double check because I need to see it's actually 2 up. I think. Let me just double check it. 5. Yeah, it's 15 feet up.
Do I feel like if I throw this body off, it's gonna be really loud?
I mean, I think dead weight.
It'll
even 15 feet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's gonna splosh.
Okay, I'm gonna drag her back here and hide her in these bushes just south of us. It's like
Andy's gonna search
the
body.
Datress.
Yeah.
And then Andy will search the corpse then.
I'll be like, if you're gonna search it, wait, do it before I bury it. So I'll drag her over there and leave, and then be like, now's your problem to bury her, and I'm gonna go back and just cast prestidigitation to remove any blood or any signs that she was just, gutted like a fish by our rogue.
Yeah. So yeah, just investigation, Andy.
10.
Okay.
I will say to Andy, I'll be like, I expect my share of the loot.
Yeah.
You have to help bury it then.
I helped put her in range. You a dagger.
Yeah, and I stabbed her, so we both have to help bury her.
Fine, I'll help bury her.
Okay, she has.
Anna's going to take in this exchange with a kind of shocked look on their face, just kind of thinking, wow, okay. Right.
Yeah. Doral is kind of like ugh, at the neck wound and finds this all a bit distasteful, I think. Once again, his idea of being an adventurous hero has come sort of smack bang up against the brick wall of reality.
To be fair, like 3 days ago, he kicked someone's head off.
He did, but I don't think he enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but sorry, Andy. She has let me see. She's got 7 silver pieces and 1 gold piece on her. She also has 3 daggers. And where is it gone? Like some barely picked at rations. Like, so it looks like some awful sort of jerky of undecipherable animal origin. But yeah, not a whole lot in her pockets right now.
Andy will toss flick the gold piece over to pouches and keep the silver and the daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm going to ask Patri, where's the next closest person? Maybe we can repeat this little show.
Yeah. Watson will kind of silently draw on the map in the dirt.
Okay, so I don't know how visible it is on...
Not at all. We can't see anyone.
Yeah, I don't know about for Nico, whether it's like grayed out. I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I think the dynamic lighting blocks the site. But
it's gray. Yeah, I can't see any of the people.
Okay, I'm just going to temporarily...
It's not pure black, but it's...
So, in like this...
Just ping, we can then see that.
Like in this barracks?
No, apparently we can't see that.
So, in this part of the barracks, or this, as much as Watson saw, there
I can only see the part of that's sticking out of the shadow.
Yeah.
It won't show the drawing.
No.
Oh, weird. I didn't think that would block that. Okay, well, come on. Either way, I'll ping it. So
it blocks pings as well.
Oh, god damn it. Thanks, dynamic lighting. Well, in the building, like that you're pressed up against. Yeah. Watson saw sort of the top half of it, the diagonal section. And in and around there, Watson saw 4 people. Couldn't get a good look at them because he was looking through holes in tarp roofs, and in the little barracks, the smaller barracks to the east of you, kind of around where that the person with the daggers came from, there are another 4 brigands, and then in the courtyard, Watson could see more clearly there were 2 archers with a 3rd archer with a much larger bow instructing them, or as they were doing target practice. There was a guy with like a shield and a mace sparring with a guy that had a big great axe, and they were being instructed by a drow with a spear and a shield. In the other sparring arena, there was a guy with a long sword that was sparring with a smaller guy that had a sickle, like this nasty looking sickle, and they were being instructed by a woman with a rather sort of like a long sword that had the kind of shape of like Sting from Lord of the Rings, it's like kind of a leaf blade. And then there was also a guy guarding, or like standing in front of an open, like ruined hallway that he had a dog next to him, There's 3 more dogs sort of sniffing around each other by the statue, and next to them in the courtyard as well was a sort of a very pale-looking woman with 2 battle axes and a tall, kind of lanky half-orc that seems to have like a chain and a ball wrapped around his waist, like a weird sash. Yeah, so that is who Watson saw.
In terms of the guards, like the magic missile, one would almost be enough to take it out from what I saw earlier, if I remember last session.
Yeah, they seem to be, at least the ones that you've encountered thus far, seem to be like are kind of going down in one in one hit. Just like mechanically speaking, they're kind of minions in that they'll take like one hit. I mean, Watson's not sure about the bigger guy with the great axe, whether he'll go down as easily.
No, I'm gonna sneak off towards the East Barracks and take out the 4 in there. I'm gonna go. I don't know if you guys are gonna wait here or if you're gonna see if you want to go into this barracks below us. I think the more minions we take out before we face the lieutenants, the better.
Yeah, Andy's inclined to sneak around and take out as many as we can before we're detected.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start sneaking my way.
And just as, just the point, obviously, to cast magic missile, you'll need a verbal. So Pouches is going to have to say some incantations out loud in order to cast the spell.
Do I think there's enough cover for me to make it all the way across here? Without being seen by anyone in the courtyard?
You're going around the outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough cover. What was I going to say? Also, the people that Watson saw, the more distinctive individuals, none of them are the higher, the lieutenants that arrived, in a procession. Like in this outfit anyway, they're like they captains, or they were captains. I don't know what's a better term for lieutenant. There was a commander, and these guys are captains. Yeah, because I think in the cloaks we have sergeants lower than the captains. I think.
Has Pouches already gone ahead?
Yeah, Pouches and Andy have moved across, presumably sneakily.
Okay, so I'm going to cast resistance then on Dural Tree.
Mm-hmm.
So is this the barracks here, Ben, or this the barracks?
No. Sorry. Like, I don't know if you can. So, like, basically here, this tree, it's like directly beneath this.
Oh.
The one to the east. You said there was a barracks to the east with 4 people in.
Yeah, because it was to the east of where you were all.
Oh,
there.
okay.
It's about the same distance to the
all of that, because I was like, oh, there's a barracks over here somewhere.
Oh, I thought you were going to try and like sneak through find a place through the shrubbery or something.
No, I thought, is there anyone in this section of the castle? Like in this section where I am now?
Not well. Watson didn't see that far, but
okay.
I mean,
Then I'm gonna retcon and be like, I'm back with the others.
Yeah.
So I thought they were like people on their own in a room isolated that I could just like peek through a window and be like, oh yeah, magic missile, die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna instead sneak the other way, this way, down south.
2 seconds, folks. I will just 2 seconds. I just have to grab something outside the door.
Cool. Okay, someone make the intermission music.
I'm really confused as to where I was sneaking. so I'm going to sneak back because I've been following you.
Chat would like to say that they wouldn't get out of bed for less than the smell of freshly baked cookies and blood.
What have I done? Too fast soon. Too fast soon. Uh-oh. Oh, God, I hate not having a mouse. Is that one of us or is that one of them?
Who?
Right underneath me, there's
One of them.
token. One of them. Okay. Like, we've already had the locations of them shown to us, haven't we? Like you drew that in the sand, didn't you, Patri?
Yeah, I think Watson
I'm gonna just
laid out where everything was.
Yeah, I put a map. Sorry, my Zoom is everything's frozen.
I'm going to kind of whisper to Andy to come hide here. And I'm going to try the same trick again. I'm going to move back a little bit so Andy can hide here. And I'm just into this small little room here. Just going to make like a little bit of a hint of the smell of cookie, of freshly baked goods. Just waft into here.
Into that little...
Yeah, I just want to in essence lure the one guy that's here. Like what the fuck? And
you want him to like turn around because the smell is coming from behind him.
I want him to come out through this gap in the wall.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
I want to see if he'll join us outside where Andy can give him a new breathing hole.
While this is happening, I'm going to cast resistance then on Pouches and Andy.
Sorry, where is...
It's gonna be like a whole stack of bodies next to the wall. It's gonna be like just like plants over like this like stack. Like
yeah.
Gracefully draped leaves.
Yeah. Pouches, you know, would you give me an Arcana check?
I can do that. Let's see if I can beat my record of 4 so far for the night.
Okay, yeah.
I can. 18.
Yeah, he rolled an 8 on insight, but I just wanted to, wasn't quite as bad as I think it was random cookie smell. He's very strange because actually, sorry, I should have moved. Mr. Fibbles is kind of like back here, not really sure, how to get up onto the ledge because the other dog was pulled away and he went looking for you guys. So this fella comes walking out, and so he has spotted you. So Andy and
Stab.
held action.
Held action stab. Again, let's just
hold action. Give him a new breathing hole.
That was 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Or
AC 14.
16 damage.
Yeah, so as this guy, he comes around, he's like, oh, he's just this bloody day. He's like, this is too fucking hot in this swamp. And then he just that's why Andy just throws the knife, the dagger, and sticks in his eye to the helmet, and he gasps out and he staggers back and sploshes into the water.
Oh,
There goes the dagger.
And dies.
Wouldn't that have been loud enough to alert people to something being wrong?
Yes, it would have.
So Andy has a look on her face like it wasn't her favorite dagger, and she did just get 3 more daggers, but still she just lost a dagger. So she's like, oh, and she pulls another dagger out of her.
I think we would have been pretty careful to make sure he didn't fall over a cliff.
He was right by the cliff, though. In fairness,
he was right by the cliff,
and he did take 16
Andy
damage.
Gone for the throat instead of the eyeball.
Well,
Eyeball's cooler though.
Yeah, eyeball is cooler. But this
Could I use my mage hand to grab him and stop him from falling over the cliff? I mean, I'm not going to try and like lift him up, but I just want to give him a little pull forward instead of backwards.
If Pouches wasn't planning on anything specific, if he
I
was
would have
just waiting
trusted
for
Andy to. Yeah, I would have trusted
then
Andy.
you can use your held out. So you can. I would say again, give me an Arcana check because I want to see basically a strength check for your. I mean, it can like it's 10 pounds, but it's not lifting it. You know.
13.
No, he still slips. But
like I'm just trying to make him fall forward instead of backwards. I don't want to stop him falling. Just forward to the ground.
Yeah, because still it's only got enough strength to lift 10 pounds. So I mean, this guy in his ring mail and his helmet weighs quite a bit. But as he splashes, you can hear like coming basically the same direction he was. You can hear he's like, all right, that's it, and someone is calling. He says, "You two on me," and you hear 3 sets of footsteps. I'm
gonna go hold action.
Towards.
I'm gonna hold magic missile for as soon as someone comes around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to take all 3 of them in one go.
Right.
Can I also set my mage hand when he realizes it's not gonna like pull this guy back over the cliff, just grabs the dagger and like holds it.
Sure.
Like, yanks it back. And like Andy just gets a dagger, this bloody dagger back from like this floating blue hand.
Yeah.
So now I've got a dagger in my offhand. Awesome. Bloodied though, maybe.
Yeah. So
but I don't know, it's a brainy dagger.
Yeah, I mean Doral and Thana and Petrie and all that, you're hearing the people up closer to you, like in the barracks, like they're now moving south and to come out that entrance where that guy came out after the smell of cookies. Like, they're moving to come out here. So Petrie and Thana, do you want to move in the same direction as Pouches and Andy, or are you moving into the now seemingly vacated barracks?
I'm going to move with Pouches and Andy because I'm going to try blind them as they come into view.
Oh, damn.
Cool. And I'm obviously ready to stabby again as soon as somebody comes in.
Yeah, I'll be following along too, just against the wall, listening kind of to my ear to the wall as I'm walking.
Okay.
I'm going to move up behind Andy so I can see through that gap.
Yeah.
I shall swing a little bit wider.
I think Watson should be going ahead of us, like maybe up along the ledge, kind of hiding, peeking around just as a scout.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Doral.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing around to there, Ben. Can I, since I can see all 3, may I cast?
You can cast, and then it will be initiative once.
Alert. Okay, well, Watson's gonna come right back after peeking in that window and say that he sees 3 people in that.
Question: do any of them look like they're not just like the standard grunts?
Yeah, there is. So there's a guy in that has the more like what you seen, like a lot of either seem to, like most of them seem to either be wearing studded leather if they're look more like like more Andy types or snipers, and then everyone else generally has ring mail, like same as that guy. But this where is he? The guy that was giving the orders is wearing splint mail, and he has this huge. It's like a I think in Japan it's called a kanabo. It's like the weapon that Oni is supposed to carry. It's this. His is hexagonal, the big metal club, like an iron club. So he seems like a captain or something. So, but the other two,
Is he the one in front or the one at the back?
he is in front. He is
Okay, I'm gonna
leading
go.
his soldiers.
So it's the one Andy can actually see as well.
Yeah, they are emerging now.
So magic missile number 1. 5 points of damage to the captain.
Sorry, these two should be switched. Yeah.
Magic missile number 2. 5 points to the one behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Magic missile number 3. 4 points of one to the one behind that. And then I'll go with 3.
3. Cool.
So yeah, with 1 to each of them.
Cool. So as they start to appear, and this guy is quite tall, but obviously you can, magic missile makes no odds. So you fire 3. 1 goes slams into the captain's shoulder, and he just kind of, bears the brunt of it, brushes it off. The other one rips through the biggest guy has a great sword on his back, comes through and it rips through his neck, and he's almost, it seems to like take a big chunk out of him, but he doesn't go down in one hit. And then the last one goes soaring through to this guy at the back that has a very long sort of stiletto style dagger, but it curls around and just comes up like through the center of his body and like hooks through and opens up a hole in him, comes out his back between his shoulder blades, and he drops dead. And this guy is kind of, I'm actually going to I don't know what the best way to, maybe I won't bother. No, I won't bother. It'll get a bit confusing. But this big dude is also a minion, but the heavies seem to take like 2 hits to take down. I know it's a little bit video gamey, but I just don't want you wasting like a ton of stuff on, someone who is still technically like a grunt. But because there's a bunch of these guys all throughout the stronghold.
Perfect damage for magic missile, and he still doesn't die.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think Andy also had a held action.
I don't think he actually came out round before you hit them.
Well, you could see them through the gap in the wall there. So if you'd wanted to throw a dagger, you had a
I did have a dagger ready to go. So yeah, I'll probably throw the dagger rather than stab the dagger.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like 3/4. I mean, he'll have +5 to his AC, but it's possible to try and get it through the gap.
I'll give it a go. That's a 16 to hit.
You're also blessed, remember?
Oh, I do have a bless. So that's in the...
Yeah, that's the constant. You have the sort of blessing of the Fae. So
that's 18 to hit.
You actually like you throw it. It looks like it's going pretty well, but the wind just changes ever so slightly, and it's such a hairline crack that it.
Can I layer blesses? Because I also have 2 blesses of my own.
If you want to use them, I mean, I think, are we allowing?
Can you use more than 1 bless at a time? Can you stack them?
Like the chat blesses, you could definitely use 1 bless from chat. Definitely. I don't know what the precedent is in the other games. I don't know, just to keep it consistent across the others.
Oh, so that's now 22 to hit.
22.
22 to hit.
22 is bang on because he has 17 AC +5 from
score.
Cover, the splint nail.
Good job. That bless went well. So he's going to take 13 damage.
Okay. 13. Okay.
I think that's the brute, by the way.
Oh yeah, sorry, because I was assuming because they were all
whichever this guy is, I assume.
Oh, yeah,
you were going for the
he's the one I can see through the gap anyway.
Yeah, they both would have passed by. So if you wanted to aim for the other fella, you could, but I'll leave that up to you.
As long as this guy hasn't already died by the bless, I'll go with that guy.
Which
no, the one that died is at the back. He's still in the building.
So I hit this one.
So she's hitting the kind of captainish or the lieutenant-ish looking one.
Yeah, the leader of that little troop. Yeah, so it goes and it stabs, it sticks into his neck, and as he is just as he staggering forward and getting hit by the magic missile, at which point, let me just. I assume you want to roll like new initiative because, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough because
Let me
it's
just
been a while
delete.
since.
Yeah, let me just delete the party members because I don't want you just because you're being there twice.
It won't put us in there twice. It'll overwrite the old initiative. Don't worry.
Yes. Oh, yes. You're right. Okay. Yeah, you can roll initiative.
Is the tracker up?
Yep.
I think I came back with the exact same score.
Oh. No, Andy
You
got.
edit mine to 9.
Andy got 2 more. Yeah. Just.
Oh, actually, I can edit it. Never mind.
Where did Andy go? Oh, come on.
Oh.
Donna, taking up the rear.
Okay. Why is it not? Sorry, this is giving me trouble. The tracker is not being my friend. So.
Oh my god, there are so many of them in the tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, the captain seems to have gotten a natural 1. So we have plenty of time to kill him before.
I think you guys are going to have like a full round. Yeah, you can obviously not all those because that's the issue of they're revealed on the track. Like some of them are revealed on the tracker, but they're not there. They're just like the ones in the courtyard stuff. So don't worry too much about that. Let me just make sure that everyone else is. So Pouches got 9. So let me just move him up. Yeah.
Did you re-roll for Dural?
He did. He actually got the same, which was handy.
The tree just needs to move up then.
Yep.
Everyone else looks right.
Yeah, and Watson goes right after Petrie, so all good. I'm leaving I'll just leave the dog out of it for now. Okay. So, where's my music? Now, before actually getting into combat, because we might possibly have to cut a little bit earlier so that do we want to take a break now before getting into combat?
I think so.
Yeah, that might be a better idea than waiting.
Okay, cool.
Well, I think the options are take break now or just realize we're not taking a break tonight and just play quickly through and jump off early.
Well, I'll give a quick break just in case there's anything anybody needs to do or take a bio break, whatever. Obviously, at any point, you can all, if you guys need to run to the bathroom and stuff, you can do that anyway. But just if there's anything people want to need to take care of, we'll have just a quick 10-minute break, and then we will see you all soon for fisticuffs,
carnage, woo,
dagger cuffs, magic cuffs.
Oh, by the way, Nico, chat gave you a bless. I don't know if you saw that.
They're gonna need it. Bless them. Yeah. Okay, we will see you all in 10 minutes. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Cloaks. And yeah, there's going to be a rumble. So I think, first up, Andy. This guy has got a dagger to his neck from you, and actually, thanks to the help of the pixie's blessing, managed to find its way into his neck, and then he was blasted by a magic missile, but he is still powering forward. It seems to have slowed him little.
Okay, so Andy's going to go 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, it doesn't really matter. And then I assume I don't have sneak anymore. Let me toggle that off.
No, unless
because he ain't surprised anymore.
He doesn't look that sweaty. Ignore the sweat, but that is the captain.
She has daggers in hand, so I'm not even gonna try and swap. I'm gonna just go with the dagger. So that is, oh Jesus, that's a swing and a miss. And then on the offhand swing, also a miss.
Yeah, it's difficult to judge through the gap and everything, but like when he's walking forward and you wheel around, you kind of go to strike him similarly, like aiming for the neck, but you totally misjudged until you were face to face with him how tall this guy is. He's like 6'5", he's broad, and it just scrapes off the splint mail. Just completely miscalculated.
And if I recall rightly, my offhand dagger, I think, counts as the bonus action. Or do I?
Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have 2 weapon fighting, so that was my bonus action as well. So I am done.
Yeah. Shit!
Unfortunately, staying where I am.
Actually, I'm just gonna make a note of something for next time.
That's worrying.
No, sorry. I don't have the high res files yet, but the new character art with the at least with the smaller resolution images I showed you, I need to update your tokens. I just realized. So yeah, that is Andy. So okay, it is now. Is this guy blue? Oh, actually, I do need to do something. Sorry, I just need to pull up some
the
notes.
fact that there's so many of them there and none of us know. And nobody knows.
Where is this guy? Sorry, I just need to find one thing in my notes that is eluding me.
I think the guy with the blue dot is the guy with the 17 initiative.
Yeah, I'm trying to, because I have a whole. He is. So I think then he is next. I have a whole chart for their initiatives, so that I'm not scrolling through. Okay, so this guy is gonna move. Yeah, I think seeing as Handy is just there, he is gonna move 5, 10. And I think actually, yeah, he's just gonna swing. So where is his right? Oh fuck. Nat 20.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah. So actually, oh shit. Okay, but he rolled pretty badly. So that's 9 slashing damage from his greatsword. But that was 4d6, so it could have gone a lot worse. 12, 9 plus 3 his strength. So yeah, he comes in for a swing with his greatsword and catches you right like above the knee and slices up across from your right knee to your left hip, and it stings as then you feel the blood seep out. and then he actually takes, noticing that he hasn't like felled you, he actually takes a step backwards, opening up space.
Does he leave himself open to
He does.
attack? Swing with the dagger.
Swing.
Bada. Nope. Jesus, all my good rolls were earlier, apparently.
Hang on, where is it? Oh, 9.
9.
No, he seems to be wearing the ring mail, which, judging by the polearm guy, is AC 14. So he's not too, like, heavily armored. So why is it not clicking off for me? It's weird. But anyway, Patri, you are up.
I think you're on mute.
No, it's not saying it's muted, but I still can't hear Nico.
Oh, sorry, mute. Can I get through this little spot here where I'm
no, it's like
no window.
a few inches wide.
Okay, fine. I can get 25. Can I get there? Yes, should be able to.
Yep.
Am I still on the edge there? I'm small. I just want to blast the two of them.
Yeah.
I'll do my stupid little brew.
Oh, nice. So DC, and this is on which of the guys?
Both.
The guy.
I think that's both, I think, isn't it? Make a range. Oh wait.
Oh, that's acid splash. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, I'm yeah, no, hang on. Did I click the wrong one? One sec. What am I looking at?
Yeah, you did caustic brew. Yeah, it's the cantrip acid splash, right? That can hit 2 different targets.
No. I mean, I should have just done acid splash from a distance, but anyways.
Well,
this one does it in a
line.
In a line, right?
Well, I mean, is acid splash what you were intending to do the bubble?
No.
Or?
It's what I should have done, but no, I was intending to do Tasha's caustic brew.
Okay. So is the line?
You could.
He's still unhappy because he's dripping wet.
The line this way.
Sorry, which way?
You could have done the line this way.
Well, it's
would I have gotten both?
No, it's
I wanted to get both of them.
That would be blocked by the
well, I mean, isn't there a gap there? Because you've given line of sight through that gap.
But then I would only get the one.
It's a
I wanted to get
line.
both.
I don't think the gap is at the right angle because that would be blocked by the wall.
It would be
there.
Hang on, where's my tool?
Because it's everyone within the line, so I wanted to get both of those guys.
It's like
oh wait.
I need to
wait, who's this?
Who's
this?
Who's which guy?
Yeah, beside me.
Like down from you or directly across from you?
Yeah, the one that with the blue.
Oh,
they just moved.
Yeah. He is one of this guy is one of the kind of the grunts with a greatsword. He's like a big heavy grunt. So he's already taken quite a nasty wound from magic missile. So he'll go down in another good hit.
Otherwise, if you want to do it from in a line, why not put
different spot on mine than on the stream? That's why. That's weird. He's showing as one spot above on my map right now. Then
okay.
That's hence the angle confusion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna screenshot this because this is weird.
Yeah. Also, I should mark it off, but I think this I'm letting Patrice stand like a little bit on the edge, but like these squares are going to be like on a slope of mud, so you won't be able to stand. It's these 2 squares are just only wide enough, like only one person can get through there.
Suggestion: why don't you just have Watson cast it at that angle?
Oh, that's right.
Well, because here,
Watson's
this is what why I'm here, let me show you this to you. One sec. Red marker highlight. Okay, I'm sending this to you. How do I send this? In Zoom? Zoom chat.
I don't see a. Hang on.
Sorry, guys. I know this is annoying, but this is really confusing. Touch.
Yeah, the stream's the right one.
The stream matches what I have.
The stream matches what I have.
Yeah.
I think yours is the outdated one, Nico.
No, mine's the same.
I think Roll20 maybe had a little moment.
Yeah. In mine, basically Patry, Andy, the captain, and the other, like the heavy grunt, are forming like a video game controller.
So yeah, move me wherever I need to be to do the line properly. Then.
You won't
I
be
don't
able
think
to
you
get
can,
two of them in a line.
Okay.
And Watson has to. It has to be a spell that has a range of touch. Hang on. Yeah, that's looking.
Like, do you see my two red circles?
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you want to try the acid splash instead, because realistically, obviously, you were looking at a different battle map to everyone else, and Patry, is gonna know kind of realistically what's.
He'll do acid splash then on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reset Roll20.
Yeah. Do you want me to move him? Do you want to do it at a distance, kind of like? But from behind Andy, I'd say you could get line of sight on the two of them. Oh, is it not? Okay, so acid splash is deck save, right, for us. Okay, so
yeah. So weird. Now it's in black mode. Roll20 really.
Yeah, I hate. Sometimes it really just likes to just fuck up completely sometimes. So the Patry comes around, two vials starts rapidly pouring one into the other, and it starts forming little bubbles, and more of them fizz up and start joining into one giant bubble, which is then getting fat and ready to burst. And Patry sort of pushes it over the two brigands, and then it swells finally, and it pops with some acid rain, just sort of falls. A big glob of it hits this dude right in the face, and just he screams, and it starts to shit, kind of smushes in his face, kind of makes it collapse in on itself, and in a smoking wreck he drops to the ground. But the captain, basically, it just residue splashes off of his fallen soldier, and it just sizzles along his neck, and he just cracks his neck, rolling his head, and gripping his great club, stares you down with the rest of them. So Patry, I think under. Did he start underneath Anna? So 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. I mean, he can move another. Does he have 25 feet or 30 feet of movement?
He's got 25. Watson has 30 of
Yeah,
three flying.
So Patri can move one more square before it goes. Before Watson takes his turn.
Yeah, I'll come right behind there. Okay, and then Watson will just do his little.
I'd say
No.
that because it's
That's
like
on a
right
ledge.
on the. Yeah, it's tricky. I'll put a little line.
I'll stay where I'm at then. It's fine. Watson will go and. Can I scroll down? Pew pew.
Yeah, I'll let that kind of. So
16?
Watson's
Okay.
just kind of like flying up, just high enough to get above the wall, I'm guessing, and shooting and then coming back down.
Yeah.
Cool. So he's
Sweet.
aiming at this guy. Unfortunately, it just manages. He aims just right, and he
I've got
shoots.
guidance. Can I do guidance?
You have.
He moved
Oh,
here?
actually, you have the bless thing on. Yeah, from the pixie.
Bless. Oh yeah.
So you can roll a d4.
Bless. I'll do bless.
Yeah, so you can roll a d4 and it'll hit because he's got 17, so you can't roll lower. So Watson's again his pew pew at the last second. It looks like it's gonna ping off his armor, but it for a split second it kind of sparkles, with a sort of a fairy dust glow, and rights itself ever so slightly, and then strikes him like right the edge of the eye, and seems to like, he's not blinded, but it like carves across his eye. He grits his teeth, and then goes looking for the little thing that just shot him, but Watson is already ducked below the wall again.
Greedy little guy. Give him a night. I'll give him a little nudge. Good job, bud.
A good bud nudge. So Doral. Doral, I think, is gonna 5, 10, 15. Oh shit! Sorry, just gonna move him. 20, and he's actually gonna try. I think. Let me just pull up his sheet. I think he might actually try and shove this guy back, or maybe grapple him.
I think it would depend how loud we've been so far. If we hear other people coming, or actually, I think Dora would just try and end the fight.
Yeah. Wait. I just want to see has he used any points? No. Okay. I don't think he has. Let me just double check. I think he gets attack, bonus action attack, or it might be 2. I just want to double check. Yeah, okay. 1 extra as bonus. And then can he use his Moxie? Yeah, you can spend a grip point or a Moxie point to do 2. Okay, well, he's going to go for 1 anyway and see how he does. So, okay.
Out of interest, how's this guy looking already?
What is he? I actually need to add that 3. 2 seconds. Oh god. 1. Sorry, it won't get out of my way. He is. Well, give me. He doesn't seem to have taken any significant damage yet. He still seems like he's going pretty strong.
I mean, are we not defining Andy's 13 as significant at this point? I mean,
no.
At that level, that seems.
He's still standing. Okay, and I mean, it's not like he only has a scratch on him, But he's still standing. He still seems in fighting form. So I'm going to go bonus action. And 2. Oh, shit. Easier to do this. Okay, so 2 hits from Doral. So thankfully, actually mark off that grip point for that expenditure. Where is his? He's got 2 points, is he? I thought he had more. So, okay, D6. Okay, nice. 10, 4. Okay, so Doral comes in with a total of 18 damage. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, this guy he's coming in looking very confident. He's pulling his weapon. Doral comes in, goes for a hook across the face, seeing how easily these guys have gone down. He's thinking, they're not so tough. But this fella just brings up his forearm and bats Doral's hand away. But reacting quickly, Doral sort of, grits his teeth and decides to form up. And he very quickly just lashes out twice and into his ribs. And you can hear just that hairline fracture of something crack. And Captain winces and sort of, buckles for the first time. And he does 18 damage total as he kind of rocks his torso. But I think that's going to be it for Doral. That's movement, action, bonus action. He's got 5 feet more, but I guess he could. No, I think he probably wants to keep him. Yeah, because he doesn't really want him getting any closer to Andy or anyone else. So that means it's Pouches.
Like one guy I can see far to the south. Does he seem to have been alerted to anything? Is he looking around? Has he noticed this noise or?
Not yet. As this has thus far been like a few seconds, but
and then after Durrell's little beat down, is he looking worse for wear? Is he looking on the edge of death, or is he still looking pretty okay?
He looks like he's doing rough, but he's not close to death.
Do I bring out a big gun?
Well, you can give me a medicine check if you want to see if you can determine like how beat up, how close to death this guy is.
Natural 2.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell, especially like this guy could have tons of internal bleeding and just be powering through.
I'm going to bring up another magic missile. First 2 bolts at him. And the third bolt, first thing we ask is this going to be possible? Can I have it fire it down along the river so it doesn't, no one can see it before it'll loop back up to take the guy out in front of the building here? He's debating whether this guy might be in sight of other people. No, I'm not going to try because I don't know who's looking at him. Maybe. Just going to go 3 bolts into this captain.
Cool.
2, 5, 7 points of damage. That was a shit missile.
I cast shit missile. But he, it's like he takes 2 blows from Doral into the ribs, and he's kind of recovering. And then with that, as he lifts his head, these magic missiles all strike at once. They strike kind of 2, at his shoulder joints and knock him back, and then another goes straight into his forehead. And you can see there's that ripple of energy, and you hear a crack again as more of him seems to be splintered by by the force damage. But he is still going for now, so it's going to take us to Thana. We just move the tracker down, but it's going to be on Thana, so you're up.
Tendai, you're muted.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to move forward to try and get more of them within my line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm there, I want to cast Radiance. Word of Radiance.
Is Word of Radiance in a 5 foot?
Is it 5 foot radius? Okay.
I think it's people within 5, like adjacent to you. Is it?
Yeah,
each creature.
it is within 5 feet. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range will succeed a Constitution saving throw. Or take 1d6 up.
Yeah, so he'd have to be in one of the adjacent squares. Does Thana have Sacred Flame?
I do not. That's fine. What I'll do is I'll cast Way of Enfeeblement instead.
Okay, sure. So he's gonna get that. That's an attack roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't forget you can add a D4 to it as well from the Fey Blessing. It's going to be a tricky one because if you're shooting from between the gap, he'll have the +5.
So 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Oh, that's right. I can't see it on the my sheet.
Weird. If you want to you can just roll a D20 if you want on Roll20, and we know. I mean, your spell attack is like what +5 maybe, or +6. Not sure what your wisdom is.
My wisdom is +5.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I can see. I can see it on the sheet if you want me to roll it.
Please, I just can't. It's not loading.
Okay. Actually, Thana hasn't used any hasn't used any spell slots since.
No.
We took it on. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. On my thing, they're showing up as still depleted, so I'm just gonna add those back. Although you're down to 1 on there. Okay. Oh, it still needs to do the attack roll. Okay. If you just roll me a D20 and a D4, I guess, and we can add 5 to that because it's not doing the attack roll for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my tab just crashed.
All good. If you want, we can use what I just rolled for Thana.
Yeah, go for it. I don't know. It's just taking
Definitely
quite a while to will up. Yeah.
Okay, because I rolled a nat 20. And I used my my charcoal grey dice for Thana. Okay, so unfortunately, no Yeah, not some damage would have been nice on the crit, but okay, so it does hit, and then shit, yeah, half damage with strength weapon attacks. Shit, okay, that was a good call. At the end of each of their turns, okay, he can make a con save at the end of his turn. Okay. Is there anything Thana can do bonus action wise?
Not right now. I'm just going to
Cool.
keep an eye out.
Cool. So this dude is, yeah, he is gonna take a swing. Yeah, take a swing at Doral. I'll just let me see if he will hit. So okay, actually I'm gonna choose these two. 18 and 14. Plus 5. Yeah, so that's a 19 and a 23 to hit Doral. So both of those are going to hit, but he's only doing half damage. So it is going to be okay, so half damage. This is first one is 3 plus 3 is 6, so it's only 3 damage. And the second one is 12 plus 12, which is 6. So he's only taken 9 damage total. Let me just go to Doral's sheet. So
And Andy stabbed him in the face.
yeah. So he's down to 30.
He's just waiting.
Doral's down to 32. Since Doral is right there in front of us, so he makes his 2 attacks, but there is no one around for him to use his voice of command ability. So thankfully they got taken out. So as he swings, and I mean it is a mighty swing. I think, yeah. He comes in first, and he just takes a blow to Doral's body, knocks him with this massive iron club, and then as Doral takes the hit and he raises his arms to block the hit. Thankfully, Doral is a hardy bastard, because Doral throws up his arms, and seeing that this guy uses his blunt force trauma ability and brings it down on Doral's arm, attempting to break his arm. And Doral, again, being the tough bastard he is, manages to just bear the brunt, and his bone doesn't crack. And the captain sort of smiles at Doral, and he says, you don't break so easily. And that is going to be his turn, I think. He can only do that once per turn, but it's back to Andy. And you don't want to see what happens if he deals blunt force trauma to your leg, arm, or head, which are the 3 targets that he can select.
So since he is attacking Doral, do I get advantage because he's engaged?
You'll get the sneak attack.
I'll get the sneak attack. Okay. So Andy is going to try and stab him in the throat. So let's try this.
But I think Thana's Ray of Enfeeblement stopped him as well from breaking Doral's arm, because he was not swinging with such force. Okay, 18 is a hit.
18 to hit. And that does 17 damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, that you come sort of sneaking in between as he brings the club down on Doral's arm, and Doral blocks it. He kind of is stuck there for a second, and you jab the knife in, downward strike, in between his shoulder is like just there between his collarbone, and then rip up, and it just shreds a couple of tendons in in his traps, and he lets out a howl and spit, kind of goes flying into the air, and you smell the blood in the air as you rip through part of his shoulder muscles.
Is he still standing?
He is still standing, but he's looking rough.
Okay, so then offhanded dagger.
Big tough bastard.
For 20.
That is also a hit.
The damage is 7 damage.
2 damage.
Go down.
Is 7?
No, 2.
Oh, 2. Do I not get sneak even on my offhand?
Sneak procs once a turn.
Once per turn.
Damn, so that's 2 damage. Go down.
Is just no, he go to sleep. Not quite with the extra 2, but he's not looking good. So I think
so Andy will. Oh, I can't. No, sorry, because I didn't know offhand attack. Never mind. So that's Andy.
Okay, I'm just gonna should probably delete those guys, but yeah. Okay, so who is next is Patri. No, Nico, I can't.
I'm just muted again. I have it on because I don't know what they're doing next door, but it's really loud. Okay, so how is this guy looking from where I stand? I've obviously been watching the.
He's looking rough, and as this is happening, Andy, you hear it like at the end of your turn, basically, and Patri, you are starting to hear commotion in the distance. Like maybe people have heard some clashing of metal and some rending of flesh.
Oh, all right. So we got to go, guys. I will cast Ray of Sickness on him, and then get the hell out of Dodge, I guess.
Unfortunately,
Blessed.
Well, yeah, blessed, but
I used my bless already, unless I have another one.
You have basically all of you have a bless constantly on from the until you take a short rest from the phase blessing. So I think
so 13?
You don't have the other one to spend. No. Did someone gift Nico a bless, or did you use that one?
I used one for Watson or something. I used one today already.
Yeah,
Okay,
Nico got one earlier as well.
I think you had one and you used one. So you had one at the start of the session, you got one during the session, and you've used one. So I think you still have one left.
Okay,
so I can roll another.
You would have to roll a 4.
Okay.
No pressure.
Oh,
hey!
On the money. Okay, yeah. Go for it. Ray of Sickness.
Ooh, 11.
Okay. Calculated time.
Con save though. Oops.
Well, unless 11 kills him.
We'll see if so.
Is that how it works? If it would have killed them, they don't take a save?
Well,
that's just to see if they're poisoned.
Yeah, you can't be poisoned if you don't have a pulse.
Like the damn. So,
and that rule works both ways because most undead are immune to the poison condition.
Yeah. So this guy is getting ready. You're hearing, in the distance, all this, alarm, not alarm, but commotion, and you can actually see that down here, this guy has, appeared from behind the corner
Yeah.
and sort of rounded the corner. And then it's like, oh shit, it's all happening. Patry pulls this little, like a black, like spongy sphere from his alchemy kit and drops it into some clear fluid, and it kind of spores start to populate this this fluid and they're turning it black, and it starts to foam. And then Patry swirls his fingers and pulls the foam out into almost like a snake, and then sends it flying, and it coils through the air and strikes this guy in the wound where Andy had opened up in his neck, and it like hits, and you can see it almost like burrows through, and the tail of this magical ray is sort of whipping in the air as if it's like a worm burrowing its way into him, and he buckles and he grabs his neck, and his body is just already weakened because he failed his con save against Thana's Ray of Enfeeblement at the end of his turn, and he just can't resist. He can't withstand the toxins, and it just spreads through his body. Doral can see up close veins beneath his skin turning like jet black and creeping up towards his face. His eyes go like they just lose all color, drains from his pupils. They get cloudy and milky, and then he for a second the tendons tense in his neck, and then he goes rigid and drops to the floor. And Patry, just as you look down to where this alarm has been, not alarm has been raised, but this guard is walking towards you. Once again, out of nowhere, you hear a through the air, and an arrow takes him just right through his heart, and he kind of clutches it for a second and is looking at you all, squinting, and then turns around and is like, and goes, and then another one just goes straight through his temple, and he falls to his knees and down with a clang. And again, just ever so slightly, you think you see some movement in the trees in the distance. And I think once again, with the mystery archer and the initiative order still up, should we need it, I think that's where we're going to end for tonight.
That was so theatrical. I hope someone does like a sketch video of that. That was amazing.
So
should probably that was awesome. I don't know if anyone else is going to act between Doral and Patry, but I mean, I think that's end of Patry's turn. I don't know. So maybe just bounce it to Doral.
Oh, good. Yeah, sorry.
Doral,
drop it on Doral, and everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. I think we're gonna raid Route 6D6, 6D6, like these bad boys. So yeah, that's a great night. So yeah, if everybody, let's raid Route 6D6, show them what we're all about. And thanks for joining us. We'll be back 2 weeks time, same bat time, same etc. Yeah. So thanks everyone. See you soon.
Next time.
Cheers everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.